What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh, and today we are bringing you the Borussia Dortmund versus RB Leipzig match preview which is one of the most important games this season. I say that every preview because each game has significant amount on the line. We are fighting desperately for a top 4 spot. We're sitting in 5th place right now with some huge week games going on the weekend. We need to win. We need to hope that Leipzig think that they're comfortable enough right now that maybe the game doesn't matter so much to them, especially with the cup final coming up. Because we got just in front of us by 1 point. We have 55. Frankfurt's got 56. And, of course, Wolfsburg's got 57. So it comes down to some crazy stats right here. And it's going to be, honestly, down probably to the wire in the last game of the season. But we got an important one right now. So let's get it into it with the little history between the clubs. So in the last 5 times we played Leipzig, we have them in our back pocket. This is one of the teams that we do relatively well against. We've won 4, and we drew 1 in our last 5, including the one that we played earlier this season, where we won away from home 3-1, in which was an incredible game. We had a great effort that night. Haaland had a brace. Sancho had 1. Perfect all-around game. But looking at our recent form, again, it's actually pretty well. We've won 4 out of our last 5, losing 1 of those games, while Leipzig has won 3, drew 1, and lost 1 as well. So a 3-1-1 record for them versus our 4-0-1 record. Both teams honestly should be going to this game with pretty decent form. So taking a look at it, though, like I said, looking at who's going to go in this with a little bit more to lose, we know that we have a cup final, coincidentally enough, against Leipzig in a few days' time. So if I'm looking at the standings right now and seeing Leipzig comfortably sitting in 2nd place with 64 points, while we are in 5th fighting for our lives for a Champions League spot, I feel like Leipzig may look to rest an odd player here and there because they know that they're probably safe in Champions League. They're not going to win the title, and they have a cup final, which is a huge trophy, a thing that they never won. So that's why it's giving me a little bit of hope that going in this game that Leipzig's kind of got their distraction elsewhere, where we need to be 100% focused on this game, as well as, of course, the cup final. So with that being said, looking at the starting 11 that I'm looking at, and I've seen some debate, and people have been saying, well, maybe it'll be the 4-2-3-1. I thought it was a 4-2-3-1 against Wolfsburg, mainly because of the personnel that was available to us. Usually when we take on a club near the top of the table, we go with the Christmas tree, our beautiful little 4-3-2-1. And I personally believe with who's available to us for tomorrow's match, that is exactly what we should do. So, in net, I got hits. Right back, Piszczek. Center back, Akanji Hummels. Again, no surprise with Guerrero at left back. I think the back four pretty much picked itself. Into the midfield is where I think this is going to be important, because I don't want to see the 2-man midfield. I think with this Leipzig side, it will rip it apart. I think that we've done very well balancing out with some teams that are good with possession when we play that 3-man midfield. And we got 3 decent midfielders available to us. I think we'll have Delaney get in there along with Dahoud. And, of course, with the suspension to Bellingham, he will not be available, which means that Chan will be the other midfielder in that midfield 3. Which means up top, as our attacking midfielders, we'll have the duo of Royce and Sancho. Cannot complain about that. Both of them are in incredible form. And then, of course, up top, it's a debate. And it's a huge debate. It's a huge talking point. Will it be Haaland? Will it be Hazard? Obviously, if Haaland's healthy, it's going to be him, but I mean, from what I've read, it seems that he's not training. The muscle injury he picked up looks to maybe keep him out of this game. And again, especially with the cup final coming up on Thursday, maybe Dortmund don't want to risk it. I don't honestly know. It wouldn't really surprise me if he started. It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't. I'd say it's literally 50-50, which is why my backup option is Hazard. And it's because Hazard had a good game against Wolfsburg and also on when he came on, and also against Kiel where he started. And the passing was incredible, seeing the likes of Hazard get a little bit back into rhythm along with Royce and along with Sancho. So I feel like it would be that. You could see Royce and Hazard maybe get a little interchangeable up top if it is indeed that formation. But that's who I'm expecting. The other, like I said, the other one I'm hearing is the 4-2-3-1, but I just don't trust it enough. I know that Gio's in good form and playing well on that right-hand side, but I don't think tactically it matches up against the back 3 that Leipzig will go with. So when we look into our key matchups, it's funny enough that we're going to mention Peter Glashy for Leipzig, because as you guys probably know, we were linked to him. He was a keeper that was kind of saying he was maybe a little unhappy at Leipzig, maybe wanted a way out, and Dortmund seemed to be interested. There was a good release clause. He's a perfect Bundesliga fit. I think he's a class keeper, but it didn't happen. He signed a 2-year extension with Leipzig today. He's out. We're not targeting him anymore. But I am going to be matching up with him because I do think he's a quality keeper, one of the best in the Bundesliga, and he's going to have to be lights out to shut down this Dortmund attack if Leipzig want to get some type of result in here. And I'm going to match him up against Royce because I don't know if Haaland's going to be available, and if he's not, we need the leadership, we need the quality of Royce to step in today. He's found his goal scoring form, which is fantastic because we know a few times he's kind of struggled finding the back of the net, but he's been honestly incredible to watch of recent weeks, and I think without Haaland, he's going to have to really pick it up, show the leadership style that he has, and hopefully find the way past Peter Glashy. The other matchup, and it's one that I'm very intrigued about, is going to be Angelino on the left wing back position against Piszczek as the right back. Angelino, for me, is a quality left wing back. He's one of my favorite ones to watch for Leipzig. I think he's so dangerous running down that left-hand flank, and especially with his crossing ability and the way that he's just able to get past players. I'm going to match him up with Piszczek because Piszczek hasn't had a ton of game time, but when he's basically came into this back four, he's transformed it. He's thrown back the years of prime Piszczek. People are calling for an extension. I am as well. Either way, he's done some incredible things, but this is going to be a task because I think Angelino, when you look on the left-hand sides in the Bundesliga, you think of Guerrero, you think of Davies, and you think of Angelino. He's very dangerous, and this is going to be a massive task to see if Piszczek can really throw back the years and shut him down, watch those overlapping runs, and watch the dangerous balls that he's going to whip into the box for the likes of potentially Sorloth. So that is a huge key matchup. I think it's going to be very important in the likes of shutting down the Leipzig offense because I think he will be a huge threat in it. So looking at the game in itself and predictions, and I don't always love to do them, but like I said, I think when I'm looking at this game and looking at the cup final that's ahead, Leipzig are comfortable on points. With all the other games and the other games that they have remaining this season, there's no way, it's still mathematically possible, but there's no way they're probably going to slip out of a Champions League position. So knowing that they face us in a few days' time for a cup final, that will mean a lot to that club. I just feel like their mind will be a little bit more, on that match, where we're the home club, we got a good record against Leipzig, and we are going to probably go for it. The only thing that can be the decider is the fact that Haaland may not be there, but again, I still think that we're going to nudge it. We know how much this means to us in terms of top four fight. Hopefully a slip-up happens from Frankfurt or Wolfsburg. I'm going to say a 2-1 win for Dortmund, and that's going to be my prediction, and hopefully get us back into a top four dogfight, especially if one of the other clubs slip up. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about the starting 11, if you agree with my points, if you are going to go for the 4-2-3-1. If you think Haaland's going to start, and we're going to be doing a match watch along tomorrow, so hopefully you guys will join us for that. It will be an intense game. It's also Producer D's birthday tomorrow, so it's a birthday stream, so be sure to maybe give him a little early happy birthday to him, and hopefully we'll get a big victory for him on his birthday. We'll see you guys all tomorrow. Put your predictions down below, and yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Hey, Bay for Bay, and see you guys soon.